YouTube, what is up? How are you doing? What's up this weekend? I hope you are doing very well. On the Saturday, good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, or good night, depending on where you live in the world. In this live stream, we are going to cover Elliott Waves on Bitcoin. We're going to see what happens later. I'm planning to be online for about an hour, so let's say 3:15, because I do have some other stuff planned for today as well. And of course, we have the evening update coming at 7 p.m. As well. But yeah, we're going to cover some Elliott Waves on Bitcoin, and then we get into chatting and Q&A. That is the plan of today's live stream here, where we're also going to take a bit of a view to more bullish scenarios where we could have a potential impulsive structure to the upside. That's also something that we're going to check. And before we start with Elliott Waves, of course, saying hi to all of you in chat, but also talk to you about yesterday, because I had my bachelor party. Holy moly. Mateus, welcome. Blaster, Watti, Mark, how are you doing? I'm fucking dancing. That's what we like to hear. Behind your desk, behind the screen, or maybe you're watching on the phone or somewhere, you know, you're walking in the city and you're walking around with the phone in your hand, listening to the live stream and dancing along the way. Possible, no? Davey, welcome. Still looking for a downside, probably like a down move, I suppose, like a bit of a range, bit of a consolidation. It is weekend, so weekends do tend to have a bit of a range in them. So let's see. Didu, welcome. Diddle. Christian, what's up? How are you doing? From Switzerland. Flotti, welcome as well. From Germany. Aurel Paronu. Ooh, Aurel, I'll just stick with Aurel. Welcome. Number 6 was mine. Nobody touched it. Exactly. You're on my trading view. Oh, on TV. Oh, well, there you go. Big screen. My big face on the screen there. Zach, thanks. Appreciate it, man. Christian, hit the like. Thanks. Yeah, so before we start analyzing with Elliott Waves, let me shortly cover what happened yesterday. Because... of course, I didn't really know, right, that a bachelor party was planned. Now, for the ones that don't know, I am marrying my fiancée on the 9th of March this year in South Africa. She is from Cape Town herself, South African family. We'll all fly over and have a good time on the 9th of March. Now, all of my friends, my 2 brothers and my dad planned a bachelor party. And my fiancée said I had to book time off in my agenda for yesterday, 12 till 9 p.m. pretty much. So I didn't really know what was going to happen. Of course, I did have it once in my mind, like, hey, you know, might this be something, but I didn't really think about it. And then what happened is friends arrived here, picked me up, put me in a Goku suit. Now, the only anime I ever watched is Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super. I've watched it all. It's my favorite one. And so they bought a Goku suit, and I was then wearing that Goku suit on top of my clothes. And then they drove me to a boulder hall. I don't know if like a climbing hall, but not like with rope and stuff, but it's boulders, right? With the different colors and stuff. And then some more friends came in, my brothers came, my dad came, and then we were there for like about 2 hours, and I got the marks, got some here, got my finger here, you know. I've been going at it. I love, like, it's the second time I did it, and yeah, that was great. So we were there for a while, and eventually after that we went to so we were in Utrecht, middle of the Netherlands. And then we all went to another location for activity 2, which was axe throwing. So with an axe and then throwing and getting points. One of my friends was ridiculously good with that activity. And So we did that for an hour as well, which was great fun. And then we went to the third activity, which by all means, it was 7 p.m., which was dinner. So then we had dinner somewhere as well. And of course, I'm still walking around in my Goku suit, right? So I'm walking through the city and going in the restaurants in my Goku suit. And oh, by the way, I have a picture of not me, but because I actually don't really have the pictures myself yet. They have a separate WhatsApp group, so I don't really know. Like I didn't yet receive all the stuff, but pretty much this is what I looked like, but then me without the stick, by the way. So this is what I had. Yep, that's what I was wearing. I still have it, by the way. It's here. I still have it, of course. It's now my carnival suit. Now the good thing is it's carnival in the Netherlands, so it's like, you know, it starts today, no, this weekend. Yeah, it was yesterday. So kind of, I suppose some people maybe thought I was, starting with carnival very early. Yeah, so then we went to the restaurant, we ate, lots of chatting, and had a great time. And then I was back home late in the evening. So this morning, someone commented, "Yo, I didn't recognize your voice in the beginning of the video." I commented back. I said, "Had a bachelor party last night." So I guess that's the explanation. Whenever I get some pictures and stuff, I'll make sure to show you some things, because at the moment, I don't have any pictures, any of the content. There was also a GoPro. A friend of mine had a GoPro with him, so there's probably going to be an after movie of some sort, or some video material at least. Had a great time. So and then this morning I woke up, made the video, and after the video this morning I immediately had to go to Rotterdam for a meeting there. So we just go. Okay, storytelling finito, right? So that is what happened yesterday. Andrew, welcome. Tom, what's up from Connecticut? Welcome, good to have you here. A good weekend wave, 4 or B or X. Yeah, likely at least a range, right? Because of the weekend, 2 days of ranging would also be good, because we had quite a move on Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. So it would be healthy to have a bit of a range, absolutely. So endless action. Yeah, it was a good time though. Be honest, did you check the chart around that time? No. Not at all, because I didn't even have my phone. I didn't even know if it was packed. My fiance packed my bag, and I did brought my phone, but then it was in my bag, which was in the boot, and I was in the car stuck between my friends, and they were making the content, right? And I was for pretty much the whole remainder of the day, I didn't check my phone till eventually I got out in the evening. So I went back home. Yeah. Also carnival in Brazil. Well, there you go. Multiple places at the same time. The bachelor party started in Amsterdam, but Koen woke up in it. Well, let me tell you, when we were driving by car, I lost a little bit of where I was, because I saw signs. I saw Amsterdam. So I was like, and then eventually they asked me, do you have any idea where we are? And I wasn't really paying attention. I was like, are we in Amsterdam? And they were like, no, we're in literally center of Utrecht. I was like, what the fuck? Of course, yeah. Managed to not get wrecked on my short ad attempt yesterday. Good job, maybe, and Ben. They make it, manage it well. Manage it well. Good morning, Master Yoda from Quebec. Welcome, Eric Dorian Laflamme from Canada. What's up, robot? Okay, let's start. We are starting at minute 12. So we got some stuff to share. Some stuff will be recognizable from the video this morning. However, we are also going to talk about some other stuff as well, right? So, and that is then the more bullish potential scenario, where instead of here looking for an ABC, we're actually looking for a 1, 2, and continuation to the upside. So we're going to chat about that as well. But of course, for the sake of context and the fact that I have also, by the way, many viewers from America who don't see the European morning update at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. because it's nighttime for them. This is the first time they see the video. So that's why I tend to at least show some of the scenarios that were there in the previous video so that everyone is having the same context and we can build on top of it, right? Also, the US, by the way, is the number one in the viewership numbers. 13.2% of viewers on the channel are from the US. There you go. I think on number 2, it's UK and then Germany and then Netherlands. And I think UK, Germany, Netherlands is like 876% or something. It's very close, very close. Cool. Mr. Sieb, welcome as well. January 1st video I watched to start my morning coffee with. I think quite some viewers have a routine where the video is part of either the morning, afternoon, or evening routine or something. They have their coffee, they wait for the update to arrive, and then they watch it. Something I recognize myself as well, by the way, when I was watching content. Okay, let's get started, right? Magandang Gabi, what's up? Jisoo Kim, watching from South Korea, been there twice. Busan. Okay, chat, I'll come back to you. First, let's analyze the chart. Okay, we have some stuff to get through, right? You can see over here. Got some stuff to get through. Now this is and we're going to start with the bearish scenarios and then the bullish one, okay? Which means continuation to the upside, and then we get to the probabilities at the end. No, nothing really changed with regards to the probabilities in the previous video, but we have some new stuff to talk about. So we're looking here for an ABC or a WXY in this bearish scenario. In this case, we're not looking for the high to be taken, right? Wave X can take the high, right? Then we have either a flat or a WXY, but I want to talk about this at a later stage. So in this scenario, we don't. Now with the move to the upside, we hit the 886, and the 886 is very important. While I get a call, which I have to delay and call back later. Niels, if you are watching here, I'll make sure to call you in a second. I actually had a very busy morning this morning as well, and I had my bachelor party yesterday. So I will make sure, let me actually, sorry chat, I need to quickly write him. I will redo the analysis, but he called me twice yesterday, but of course I didn't have my phone. Pak en beet hond. Okay, there we go. Send him a message so that at least he's up to date. Man, busy times, everyone, busy times. Let me actually put an alarm in my agenda as well, that I will call him at 15:30, which is also nice because that is in an hour, and I'm planning to be pretty much online for an hour as well. So 15:30, there we go. Wait. 1 hour, yes, 1 hour and 3 minutes. Alarm set. Cool. Okay. We redo what we started with. What's up, Bronkas, Mindless Musician, Flime, by the way, Maganda Gabi, right? And Arbuzni Sok, welcome. Didn't get notified about this, by the way. I put it in the content. How can you be so fit today? I don't really drink too much. I guess that's it. Yeah, I don't really like to drink much as well. Yes, I notified Discord. I did the add team. I first posted it and then I added the add team after. So I edited my message because I initially forgot, but 1 second later I put it in. So, okay. Let's start. Minute 17. Good to know, right? Good to know. Minute 17 for the pinned comment after. Okay, so I'll be online for about an hour now. We're going to go through the different scenarios. We got some new stuff to talk about, mainly the bullish scenario, which comes at the end over here of the analysis. Some of the stuff at the beginning is something you recognize from the previous update. If you haven't seen it, it will be new to you, right? So what we are looking for here, this is the bearish scenario where we are looking for a three-wave structure to the downside, either in a 5-3-5 or a 3-3-3, right? Now we have hit the 886 Fibonacci, taken from the high to the low. And that is very important because any move to the downside now has a higher probability of being a C or a Y. And you can see based on videos previously, right, in the past week, and also when we were ranging here, we also had the potential 1, 2, 3 on the chart. This one is removed because the 886 is a rare target for a wave 2. And it is a common target for a wave B or an X. So if we do get any move down, probabilities are higher for a C or Y, meaning probabilities are high from an Elliott wave perspective to take this high sooner or later, right? Now in this case, wave Y has to be a flat or a triangle. Wave C would be an impulsive structure in a 535, and WXY, in this case wave Y, has to be a triangle or a flat. Much higher probabilities than a double zigzag. For a double zigzag, you're looking for a wave W, zigzag, an X, and then a Y, where wave X does not touch the 0.7 Fibonacci from the high to the low of W, which it clearly did because we're at the 886. Hitting the 0.7 Fib really lowers the probabilities for a double zigzag. It's pretty much out of order. So for wave Y here, if we do look for a Y, we're going to be looking for a flat structure or a triangle. Of course, we have the probabilities to just continue, but this is the bearish scenario. And at the end of the video, we cover the different probabilities. Now, in this scenario, if we do not want to see price taking this high, we have to look for a finished A, B, C to the upside here, 535. In this case, B being a triangle, common target for C therefore changed. Instead of the usual common target for a C being the 1 to the 1.236, it is now the 0.618 to the 1 to 1 because of a triangle in B. We are at the 1 to 1 here, 48.1k, touched, as you can see, wicked into a little bit of a range over here. That is also what you like to see, of course, in this scenario, because what you are looking for is a finished impulsive structure after the triangle, 5 in, and then eventually you're going to be looking for bearish continuation, right? I don't care if we still wick this one more time, but in the bearish scenario, you do not want to see this high taken, right? So we are then looking for impulsive structures to the downside, diagonals to the downside, or a double 1-2. It is weekend, so during the weekend, probabilities generally are low to go like into impulsive structures, to start a wave 3 or to start so the probabilities are higher. We are going to range for a while because it is weekend. And then as price action comes in, we can reassess the probabilities, because at the moment, this here is not yet enough information to really go into, hey, could this be an impulse diagonal double 1-2 in the bearish scenario, right? Now in the bullish scenario, we are looking for a similar structure, but then we either count it in an A, B, C, where we do not have a triangle in B, meaning your common target area is now the 1 to the 1.236, but also the 1.618 is still a target for a wave C, which is above the high, or we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive structure. I'm going to talk about this towards the end of the analysis, because those are the folders that I have over here, right? Now, because this range is so incredibly shallow, only retracing to the 236 to the 382 from the low to the high, generally probabilities are higher for an ABC. It's just what probabilities is in Elliott waves, right? The most common target for a wave 2 retracement target is the 0.5 to the 786. We didn't even get close. The 382 for a wave 2 is a less common target, and even though it looks like it hit the 382, it actually just missed out on hitting the 382. So just because it is so shallow, it increases probabilities for an ABC, because the 382 for a wave B is common, while for a wave 2 is less common. It's just probabilities, right? Now, while price moves towards the upside, we of course continuously look at the probabilities for continuation or an ABC, but at the moment an ABC has a higher probability. Because of this range over here. Now we are here ranging around the wave C target area. We're very close to the high that we have here, of course. And in this move to the upside, the second leg, we are then looking for an impulsive structure, right? 5 waves to the upside. 1, 2, still looking for a 4, and then another 5 towards the upside, because if we are looking for a wave 2 here, right, we want to see at least a range that is quite similar in time, if not longer, preferably, than this wave 2 for a 4. But all the ranges that we had here were very, very short. So in this, and by the way, I just to make sure you understand the difference here, 1, 2 in the bullish scenario, in the bearish scenario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? This works fine, wave 2, wave 4 in the bearish scenario. This is the difference here between those two scenarios, no? And that is because in the triangle scenario, wave B ends here. While in the bullish scenario, you're looking for a WXY, B ending here. Big difference with regards to the impulse that you're then looking for. Now currently we find support on the 0.236. These fibs here are taken from the low of 2 to the high of 3. Common target area for a wave 4 is the 236 to the 05. Most common target area for a wave 4 is the 05 to the 382. 46.1, 45.5k, 0.236, 46.9k, right? We already hit this area over here, as you can see. The 0.618 is a target, or actually a line, or a Fibonacci retracement level you do not want to hit, right? 44.8k. If you haven't seen it yet, we have been uploading shorts on the channel. Our Buzni Sok, guy in chat here, is an amazing editor, and he somehow makes me look beautiful in the shorts. So I made a short about the 0.618 and what you have to pay attention to, and how probabilities change if the 618 is hit for a wave 4, right? Because it's an invalidation for a wave 4, and how that compares to an ABC structure. So you can check it out. It's only 1 minute. It's on the channel and on TikTok. So we are now starting to become more active, and shorts become, you know, they're educational, they're updates in 1 minute. It's a mix of things. But I don't notify you. I don't want to put notifications on for the shorts at the moment because I don't want to spam you all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, we're looking for a 4 and then continuation to the upside in a wave 5. Wave 4 can be any structure, right? Can be a zigzag, can be a triangle, can be a flat structure, can be a WXY, can be a lot. The range has just started. We just started the range. We don't yet have enough information to really figure out what's happening. We're just going to be patient. Range was expected. That is something we were looking for last week as well, as price was moving to the upside. The only thing I had in the probabilities all the time was, as long as price is moving up, right, and we don't get a range that is at least similar to what we see here, we are going to be looking for price to move up. Short, short, short range, short range, short range, right? None of these ranges were long enough to compare. But we might now, because of the weekend, get a bit of a range, which might lead to it being a wave 4. Now, what is nice here is the 886 that we touched, as shown earlier, right, has the golden pocket, same Fibonacci pull from the high to the low. The golden pocket is on top of the 0.5 over here. So that is some interesting confluence, and also the high of the daily gap that we had here that I spoke about last week so often, right? Filling the daily gap, close a candle inside, high probabilities you fill the gap. Target was 45.5k, no? Now 45.5k here is the 0.5 plus golden pocket support, and it was then the high of the daily gap as well. So that's quite interesting. Of course, we don't know if we're going to make it that far, but nonetheless it's interesting. On lower time frames, it happens relatively often that after an 886 touch, price likes to retrace to the golden pocket. Now we're on a 1 hour/4 hour time frame, so let's see what price does. No, now a bullish but also bearish scenario at the same time. So this is like the in-betweeny. We covered the bearish stuff where we plan to not take this high, right? Now we go to bullish, but eventually bearish. More upside expected, then we go down. I'll get to the probabilities at the end, right? I just want to show you what we're looking for at the moment. Here we're looking for a flat. 3-wave structure in A, zigzag. 3-wave structure in wave B to the upside. 5-wave move to the downside in wave C. The most recent short uploaded on the channel, by the way, was this scenario. Most common target area for a wave B is between the 1.38 and the 1.236 taken from the high to the low, 51.6, 53.1K. 105, less common, 49.6. 0.9, minimum target for a flat. We hit that one. 1.618, less common target for an expanding flat as well. You have 3 flats. Most common flat is an expanding flat, right? Where you have your wave A, your B, your C. B above A, right? Quite a distance between them, preferably to the 1.38 and the 1.236. And then wave C nicely below the low of A. Then you have the regular flat, A, B, C, which is more of a ranging structure, where preferably your B still takes the high of your A, but it's not a must. It's not a requirement in this case. And your C takes the low of your A as well. And then you have a running flat, A, B, C. B usually a bit higher, same target as an expanding flat, but your wave C doesn't make it to the low of A, right? Usually around the golden pocket, let's say 786 area. That's the most rare flat structure. So whenever I look for a flat, I will always start with the expanding flat. And then depending on price action, I can change the targets, right? But I at least always put the 0.9 in because I want to know, could we have a flat? And we need to hit the 0.9 to think about this, right? So here we then look for ABC. That is not this scenario here, right? Wave A, wave B, and we look for a wave C to the upside. Now, quite interesting. The 1.618, little less common target for C, but still quite common. I mean, this move down that we had over here was also an ABC, where wave C went to the 3.618. So wave C can be quite nutty. But you can see it's below the common target area for wave B, which is quite interesting, of course, and does impact the probabilities a little bit for a flat where you reach this area. So let's wait and see. Of course, we still expect another 4 and then eventually a 5 to the upside. So high probabilities, you're going to take this high, and then we have to observe the reaction also, because we touched this gap for the 3rd time now. And the high of the gap is pretty much the 1.38. So on the monthly chart, we have the all-time high, monthly candle to the downside, December 2021, right? And then the next one started a range here. This is a gap here on the monthly chart, from the low of this wick to the high of this wick. We touched it once, big rejection to the downside. We touched it twice, we started ranging locally. But now, we touched it 3 times. And this increases the probabilities that we will, sooner or later, fill the gap to 53.3K. Which would be very interesting indeed. Also for the flat, where the 1.38 target is pretty much around 53.3K. And potential bullish continuation, of course. Now with regards to then the bullish scenario, I want to start with this one. So we covered bearish, we covered bull bear, right? And now we're going to cover the bull. Scenario 1, because the bullish one is actually a little bit more tricky, but at the same time, because of the time of this range here, it's actually not too difficult. So here we are looking for an impulse to the upside, right? Target area for your wave 4, respected. Taken from the low of 2 to the high of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what we are looking for. Impulsive structure to the upside. Invalidation is down here. 38.5K. Now this move to the upside is then of course this scenario without the ABC. So then we are looking for 1, 2, 3. Minimum target for wave 3 is usually the 1.618 at 51K, which is in the middle of the monthly gap as well. So high probabilities, you're going to fill the gap to the upside and at least hit 53.3K, right? And then potentially we have our wave 1, 2, you get your 3, 4, and then eventually a 5 before a more significant drop to the downside. As of course in this scenario, you're looking for the end of an impulsive structure, and then a bigger drop, bigger corrective structure to the downside, right? That is the conclusion of this scenario. If we are looking here for a wave 5, there's a couple of ways to get to the most common target area for a wave 5, right? First of all, from the high to the low of 4, you pull a Fibonacci, you toggle on the 1.236 to the 1.618. This is giving you a target between 51.6k and 55.6k. Second option is a trend-based fib from the low to the high of 3 to the low of 4. Toggle on the 0.618. That's your second target. It's actually quite nice. It's in the middle. The third one is useless because you pull a trend-based fib from the low to the high of 1 to the low of 4. You toggle on the 1-to-1. It's not about the high, above the high, so you can't use it. And then you can also use channels, but I generally don't really tend to use channels too much, but you can take a channel from the low of 2 to the low of 4, and then what you do is pull it preferably on the high of 1, but that doesn't really work. So yeah, I don't really like channels too much to get to targets for a 5. But this is your 5 target area here, right? Make it nice. Wait. Plop. Let me actually put this in the folder as well. Now let's see what we have in this area. We have the top of the gap. Let's see if we have some resistance. Oh, here, M gap top, right? That's pretty much in the middle there. So that is quite interesting. Just above, we have some resistance as well with some volume levels over here. A value area low. This one is old, can remove this. The daily, weekly naked point of control. So there's some nice resistance here, 56.8, 57.2K. But we still have resistance before hitting that area with a daily naked point of control and a weekly over here, which is between 50.7 and 50.9K, taking it level by level, right? Level by level. At the moment, we are also here above resistance. Managed to get through. This is the range value area high of this range over here, which can now act as support. This area here, right, can act as support. Actually curious. And your target area for wave 4 includes most of the target box as well. If we are thinking about a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So impulsive structure to the upside. If price moves up impulsively, this at the moment has the highest probability. The reason that this scenario in particular has the highest probability is because of what I will explain now. If we are looking for a wave 1, 2 and another 1, 2, preferably your second wave 2 is ending after the 0.382 fib time, which is sitting at least the 19th of Feb. This wave 2 here was very long in time, was very shallow as well, right? Only hit the 0.382, less common for 2, more common for B, but nonetheless it is a target for a wave 2. And then we got a second leg to the upside in 1, and we're looking for another 2. But this low here is incredibly short. Of course, wave 2 tends to be quite short, right? But this would be very short for a wave 2, not even close to hitting the 0.382 fib time, which is uncommon / rare for a corrective structure to not finish after the 0.382 fib time. So it lowers the probabilities that this low here is the end of a 2 and you go up in a 3. That means that the probabilities for 5 to then end here, if we do move impulsively to the upside, of course it therefore increases probabilities that your high here is going to be the end of your wave 1 in that case, right? And you're looking for a 2. So if you do get a 5-wave impulsive move up, probabilities are higher. This is your 1, and then you go down in 2. Just because time is so short. It's an important factor in Elliott waves, no? Common target for your wave 2, 05786, 37K, 30K. over here, price has hit the 382, less common. We also hit it over here. Now the 382, yes, it's still a target, but now we hit it, right? The 382, less common, plus before the 382 fib time, very low probabilities from an Elliott wave point of view that this is your low for a wave 3 to the upside. In other words, we're still looking for a bigger corrective structure. Now that leads me to scenario 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we get an impulsive structure to the upside here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're looking for a 5. Reason, actually, funny enough, actually, this scenario will look quite similar. I could even do this, and then your wave 5 target happens to be the same area, which is quite interesting. It's just that this wave 4 also would be incredibly short if this is the low of 4. It's just a time thing. You didn't get close to the 0.382 comparing 2 with wave 4. These fib times here are taken from the high to the low to the high, comparing 2 with 4. Yes, wave 2 is shallow. It is complex. It was very long. Increasing probabilities, wave 4, rule of alternation, that the wave 4 is short, deep, and simple. Simple being a zigzag to the downside. But this is very short, very, very short compared to a wave 2 for a wave 4, right? So preferably, if price does show a 5-wave impulsive structure, I'd move this wave 3 to the right, and then this stuff will move to the right as well, right? And then everything with it, no? So that we are looking for a bigger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally ABC, if you do have an impulsive structure up, finish C here, move down, right? Common target area for your C, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, end of C, move down. Really depends on how price is reacting in this area. Do we see impulsive structures to the downside, big bearish CVD divergences, all of that good stuff, right? At the moment, we're not talking about 10K. We're also not talking about 100K. We are talking about 50 to 45K in this area, no? But this is, with regards to the probabilities, the highest probability scenario if you do get a local impulse to the upside. Basically because time-wise, this works. With the other two scenarios, this corrective structure is very short. For either a wave 2, it's very, very short, or for a wave 4, it's very, very short in time, right? Even if I would mess around, for example, here, by putting the fibs, let's say, even if I put the fib time here, right? You can see we still didn't hit, even if you count this as your whole corrective structure, we still did not hit the 0.382. We still put a low before the 0.382, right? Also here, same thing. I can drag this to the left, right? But we still made the low before the 0.382. It's all probabilities. So therefore, even if we move up, we are still expecting a bigger corrective structure to come. We are then looking for the flat, right? In this case, this is your high, but you're going to be looking for a flat structure. And then with your wave C, you want to end after, behind the 0.382, behind the 0.382 for the bullish scenarios, right? Or wait, what did I do? Okay. You get a 5-waver. This is your end and the start of a bigger corrective structure to the downside. So this is very interesting. Now, more locally, when we talk about the probability, I kind of talk about the probabilities as I am explaining. The probabilities on the weekly and daily time frame, as I've just explained, right? Let's start on the lower time frames. Probabilities at the moment, as they are here, are higher for an ABC. And the only reason, look, I'm completely neutral. I don't care if it's an ABC or an impulse, right? It's just that this range is so shallow, as explained, that the probabilities are higher for an A, B, C, because the 382 is common for B, less common for 2. It's just probabilities, no? However, we know the target area for C. We are still looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and the wave 5. So we then are still looking for higher prices to come, no? In this particular scenario. So probabilities are higher for an ABC to the upside, which therefore means we have to at least consider the flat. And of course, this finished one. But probabilities for me, from an Elliott Wave point of view, let's have a look at the lower time frames. We hit the 886. I'm still waiting for a bit of a bigger range to form. But for me, probabilities are higher for this scenario here, where we are looking for a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more high in a wave 5. Now the probabilities of last week, right, are still pretty much the same. The moment we started pumping, all I said is just wait for a range. Wait for a range. We didn't have any ranges here, right? Similar to the length of this one. So now what are we looking for? A range. And then we can reassess the probabilities, right? When we get a range, we can be like, okay, this is what we're going to be looking for. Become more exact. But generally, ABC at the moment has a higher probability, and you know the monthly gap fill 53.3k, right? You know the flat target as well, and if price moves up, we know what to look for. If price takes this high here, right, then we either look for a flat or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't even have to know what's necessarily higher probabilities. We just observe the reaction. If we do get an impulse up, right? Okay, that's great. Then we know that the probabilities are higher. This is the end of your wave 5, and you're now going to start a much deeper corrective structure to the downside to lower prices. Reason being the time, as explained, right? Time for the double 1, 2 and the bigger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the daily time frame, it's not that great. So preferably you have your 5 and then you go down. And that is pretty much like what we are looking for at the moment, no? So probability is higher at the moment for an ABC, but even for a wave C, you preferably have 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more high in a wave 5, which is the same as for an impulsive structure, because you also still like to see higher prices in an impulsive structure. So as price is then developing, we can reassess probabilities, right? What's more important is we're correct with the direction. More locally here, it is weekend. Preferably, what I would like to see in the weekend, which is most common, right, is a range. And once we get a range here, then probably by maybe tonight or tomorrow, we can use the price action on the 15-minute to reassess the probabilities of what is happening here locally. Is it looking corrective? Is it looking impulsive? Right, that sort of stuff. But we need to give price a little bit of time. We were constantly talking about waiting for a range. We finally get ourselves at least a little bit of a range. Another thing that adds to the probabilities of price taking the high and looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at least as a minimum is because we are above resistance, which can now act as support. All right. Closing candles. Wait, let me put the scenario on. Hitting the 0.618 wouldn't be good, eh? Then you're going to go down. Probabilities are much higher to go down then. So we're going to keep an eye on this support area. You know the target for a wave 4. All we do now is patiently wait what price is going to show us. Probabilities so far, also because of passing resistance, potentially flipping it into support, are higher for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we continue up, that's fine, because it's about the direction. Now, John in Discord, great Elliott Wave counter, put this in the group, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And I have no idea what happened over here with the WXY. But anyway, this is his most bullish scenario where we are looking for the higher targets of a higher degree wave 5. So yeah, that is pretty much what we are looking for. with the probabilities. So yeah, in other words, probabilities here locally are higher for the bullish cases where we first take the high. Of course, we expect a bit of a range. We expect a bit of a retracement, right? And as an ABC has high probabilities here to the upside, the flat has a bit higher probabilities than the impulse, but in the end, it's the same direction. You both move up first and then we observe. So, and that's what we like to do. We constantly keep observing. No? So, yeah. And if we do get an impulse, we can still expect a bigger drop. Probabilities. If you get an impulse up here, probabilities are higher, you're still going to get a bigger drop. And what's nice, oh, by the way, I gotta tell this before we go into chatting, because I've been saying this in like the past weeks. Of course, we didn't yet have the counts for it, but we might actually get it, which would be so cool. So over the past couple of weeks, I've been showing you this range, right? I've been showing you this range. Volume profiles. We've been talking about this since pretty much March, April, right? Well, that's almost since the beginning of the channel, because the channel went live here, 20th of February. So we have this range, right? And we mentioned how nice would it be, but we didn't yet have the proof of potential bullish continuation to take the high, but it's more trading psychology. You had the ETF news here, hitting resistance, value area high. We also had the point of, oh no, not the point of control, the Fibonacci from the high to the low. The golden pocket was here as well. And we said, like, first of all, it's very obvious resistance. It's a very obvious resistance in confluence with the ETF as well. It's like 1 + 1 is 3, you know, like it's a very obvious potential short area. And what we would like to see, and what we mentioned a few times, is get a deviation. Move up above 50K to 53, 55. Make people incredibly bullish. Think, you know, make people think about the all-time high, the whatever, 100K, 500K, 500 million Bitcoin, whatever people are shouting. Take that liquidity, take the buy liquidity, and drag it down back inside the range. Range trading with deviations. Get a deviation outside the range, get back in the range, move to the lower side of the range. What does this look like? That looks like a potential double 1, 2. Or it looks like what we said, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double deviation move down, right? So definitely very, very, very interesting from a psychology standpoint. I think that would be it would be very nice. So that's something that I will keep my eyes open for. Yep. Okay, let's put the wave 4 target on and then chat. Let's keep this one on. Oh wait, we actually passed this daily, no? Yes. Yep. So, what's up, chat? First of all, Shasidar at Makuri. Oh, sorry for that one. At Makuri. Thanks for the 100. I don't know the currency, but thanks for the 100. That's very kind of you. Of course, I don't know the currency. I can't like translate it, but nonetheless, cheers, man. Thanks for the donation. Very much appreciated. And also, it's your first super on a live stream, it says. So yeah, thanks for your contribution, man. Appreciate the support. Indian rupees. That's look, it's the support. So I don't know any of the conversions, but it doesn't matter. So Shasidar Atmakuri, I don't want to I need to say your name correctly. Shasidar Atmakuri, thank you for supporting the channel, man. Appreciate it. And as it's Indian rupees, I guess you're from India, so cheers to you. All the way on the other side of the world, as India pretty much is from where I am. I mean, it's not necessarily 180 degrees, but you know what I mean. Cheers, dude. Appreciate it. Can I click this? Ah, I can actually heart it. I didn't know. Can I click on this? Okay. There you go. Cheers, Shasidar. Okay, Elliott Wave analysis at, we started at like 17 min, no? Now chatting and Q&A. Then we quickly do this, go to fan funding, go back to live chat, get myself a bump so that I can pin the message. Beautiful. Where were we? Generally, yeah. Oh, here. This is where we were. Welcome all. Ah, there we go. Mindless musician evening routine here because you come on later in Asia. Yeah, I guess for Asia, my first update in the morning is your afternoon. My afternoon update is your evening update. So the live stream is your evening update, and my evening update in Central European time zone is pretty much your night or a very early morning update, probably. Oh wait, we had this over here. What's up, name? Welcome. Good to have you. The flat is a good fractal of what happened on the all-time high. Price doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme at times. No? How relevant is liquidation map or heat map for those scenarios? Andrew, it's just another tool that you can use. So like you see, I like to use other tools myself as well, as I just put on. Like, for example, I have my support resistance areas with the target boxes here, right, that I have on the chart. If I do this, you can see many, many more, no? And I also have, so let me remove this. I then have high time frame point of controls, daily point of controls, high time frame levels. I also use simple support resistance areas, especially once price starts ranging. I like to use those. So I see resistance, right? So I'll just pull a box at the higher end of the range, and I will pull a box at the lower end of the range, right? So I like to use other stuff, and I of course use CVD as well. So CVD is always something that I keep an eye on myself, but at the moment, because the range has barely even started, I don't really like to look at CVD yet because nothing is happening. So yeah, you can absolutely use liquidation maps and heat maps and all sorts of other things which might help you, not necessarily to identify the highest probability scenario, but inside the target area of a scenario that you have, you can identify a more specific entry, and that is what will help you with your risk to reward ratio, and therefore eventually your profit and your risk, if you trade Elliott Wave. So for example, if we are looking here for a 5-wave impulsive structure, right, 1 2 3 4 5, no, then common target area for 4 is the 0.236 to the 0.5. So what I do is I do this, but you already had a big move up, and this is quite a big stop loss now. So your risk to reward ratio, like your target needs to be quite decent to get a solid RR out of it. If we are looking for a wave 5, that's a bit of a problem, as your target is going to be here. Now, of course, it's about the direction. We don't know how high price goes. It might go much higher, right? We're in the gap as well, so we could reach 53.3k. Then you have a 1 2 3 R. That's perfect. No, that's interesting. Absolutely. But what I like to do, and be more specific, that's something that I did, like, for example, here as well. Or more specifically, by the way, let me go to this example, because I traded it. Price here came down. We had two very important support levels, 1 and 2. Price hits the area of support, right? So we were looking for the end of this structure to the downside, and we were looking for a wave 5 to end, right? Now, because we are looking for a wave 5 to end, we are going to be looking for support areas. We knew this and this one was very important, and preferably don't go below 36k here. because then you go down here and then it's very unlikely you're looking for a wave 5. But we were looking for a wave 5. That was the highest probability. So we have identified the area of interest for a wave 5, not below 36, somewhere here. Inside this area, right, we were first ranging here. Now inside this area, we are then looking for, hey, we have one support resistance, we have another one over here, and a little one. But this is the first one. So price hits the area. And what I then do, like, so I trade Elliott Waves, but I also have my own personal developed trading strategy, which is not what we're talking about here. But then I look for signs of support. I want to see some stuff, right? I'm not here to catch knives. I don't necessarily want to catch the low, right? I want to catch the 40, 50, 60, 70% of the move. So I observe the reaction, I wait, I see what happens, and then eventually I might be like, okay, yeah, it might be interesting. We might actually have a bit of a low here. So then I might join the party, no? But now I have a clear idea of where my validation is, which is below the low. So my risk to reward is better. Instead of be like, okay, right, this is the first support area we're looking for. We don't want to see price go below like 36K. So if I put my stop loss at 35,985 and then, okay, and then we look for a move to the upside. But hey, this looks like a 3-wave or potential 5-wave. So we are looking for a move up, but we didn't yet know it was potentially going to 49K. But at least, okay, we have something going on, 1 to 2 maybe, we might get it. But what I like to do instead is be like, okay, I might enter a bit higher, I don't care, but my stop loss is like, poof. Now we talking, right? And that is where your other confluences, whatever you use, might help you out to reduce your stop loss, because the general areas for Elliott Waves, right, the target boxes can be pretty big. And I don't want, and this is my also trading style with Elliott Wave, I don't want a stop loss that's so massive. I want a smaller one. So I look for other stuff. Now with my personal developed trading strategy, which by the way is my main, so yes, do I trade Elliott Waves? Yes. But mainly it's more like a bit swingy, I suppose. My main strategy, a day trading strat, which the diamonds trade, so the diamond members that I teach there, that one is developed based on years of data, tracking all this stuff, have my tools, check more data, combine the tools. I build a whole strategy around it, which is my main strategy, day trading, 10 to 20 setups a month. And at least only on Bitcoin. If you trade other stuff, like I know people in the group are trading Solana and Ethereum with it, those like are the main two others, you can easily go to double, like 30, 40, 50 setups in a month. So it just depends on how many coins or pairs you trade. And that is the main strategy that I trade with, which we use in Diamond. So that is where people trade that strategy, but also Elliott Waves. So yeah, and in the morning, I always provide a setup update in Diamond where I explain stuff I'm looking for, which can also be, hey, this is an interesting SR area. I'm looking for this and this from an Elliott Wave point of view for an Elliott Wave setup, but we also have this and this and this. We might have a main strategy setup. These are the pivots, this is, so yeah. You can definitely use, in other words, you can use other stuff to trade Elliott Waves, or you use other stuff to create a separate strategy. That's what I'm saying. So with Elliott Waves, I use other stuff, but I also use different tools, put them together, have a shitload of data that helps me to trade based on statistics instead of emotions. And, that's what happens. That's what others use as well. Potentially, yes. Good luck, Eric Dorian Laflamme. Can it change your percentage point of view? Yeah, so I guess this question is related to my explanation just now. Andrew B, for me, it's relevant if I know liquidation. Yes, exactly. It has to do with confidence. I think that's a nice explanation. So the answer is absolutely yes. Yes, it can drastically change the percentage because of your sizing, your stop loss. Yeah. Archbit, love how well you explain your analysis. Thanks. Pleasure, my friend. Appreciate it. Welcome in the live as well. Thanks for your message. Dude, I just found, AC1 D-Monk. Dude, I just found, and I can't emphasize enough how well you're with explaining the probabilities. Pleasure, my friend. Appreciate you guys, and also you, Monk, enjoying the probability section. Of course, by all means, no financial advice. You know, we're on YouTube. We're not in a bank or wherever you get your advice from. Do your own research, right? But the probabilities is something that was added thanks to Funny Money, that at the beginning of the channel provided feedback with, hey, you know, can you put this in the video? And eventually I did. So yeah, it might just provide a little bit more insight in why are the probabilities higher for one scenario compared to the other one, because it's actually all educational, of course. So I try to explain the scenarios, and then in the probabilities I say, based on what we have explained and based on these and that and this and that, probability is higher for this scenario. And hopefully it helps people to also learn more about Elliott waves. Another probability, increase the chance of a weekend wave 4 low first, is the fact that ETFs do not trade over weekends. Yeah, I mean, it would just add to weekend wave 4s. Correct. In general, the weekend tends to be wave 4 or wave 2, of course, like corrective. 50K is a lot of liquidity. Yeah, round number, right? As well, I think all shorts are reg. That fixed liquidity for lows at 30 by that time. That would be very interesting. It would be very interesting. What I saw the butched. Where is it? Yeah, you butchered his name. I know. I'm Dutch. I don't know. Pleasure, Shasidar Atmakuri. Thank you for enlightening me. I have to thank you, and I have to thank you. So cheers, my Indian friend. Doc to Daddy. Hi, Koons. Thank you for the great analysis. I noticed that you use certain fib retracement templates like, oh, no. That is correct. Is there any studying material for that, like the probability of fib retracement for each pattern? Yes. Check the first educational link in the comment. So in the comment, or not in the comment, in the description, there's a few... Like you scroll a bit down and there's, I don't know what I wrote, something with educational sources I used to learn, or Elliott Wave sources I used to learn, something like that. And there's 3 links. The Elliott Wave book, Frost and Prechter, Elliott Wave Principle. And then the first link is the bit.ly/Elliott Wave Detailed, EW Detailed. Open that one and study that one. So that is where I recommend anyone to start, because that is, which is this website. Let me just show it on stream. I mean, so read this, right? Read the stuff here, and yeah, then you have all sorts of different scenarios. And let me open here, so you can see stuff with targets. Of course, there's data attached. Probabilities with the fibs, and yeah, it's a great website as well. Here's the flats, by the way. So yeah, so I always suggest checking this one out, and of course, based on my experience and you know my years of using Elliott waves, I also have a few extra things that just I use. Especially here with the WXY section, I'm not too happy with this section. This is the only section on the chart where I'm like, it's very, very limited. But yeah, this is where I would recommend to start. And get a notebook, get a pen, study, try implementing, find empty charts, right? Go to another coin, other pair, clean your chart, go to like a daily time frame, or a weekly time frame, start counting, then go to the daily, then go to the 4 hour, then go to the 1 hour, and just try to see if you can count all the way to like a 15 or 30 minute time frame, and then go to another chart, and then keep repeating the process. Have the website on one screen if you have a multi-screen setup, or just one window. Have the website on, have your chart on, have your notes in front of you. Keep studying. Takes a while to learn Elliott waves, but you'll be thankful you did. And then we for if people want more guidance, then the gold membership is the that's the Elliott Wave course, where also we weekly have a feedback and Q&A live stream where people can always ask me anything. So in gold, that's all my knowledge. So all the Elliott Wave targets are in there. My Fibonacci templates that I use, the whole thing, and also videos about order block, target boxes, and some other stuff I use. We got someone here, Adam Troin. Well, there you go, joining gold. What's up, Adam? Thanks for joining the gold team. Hope you're doing good. And yeah, make sure, Adam, to send me an email, koenstrading@outlook.com, with your YouTube username, Telegram, and also your Discord, so I can get you sorted. So yeah, welcome to the gold team, man. Oh, are you from Austria yourself? Makes me think of Flotti. I don't know if Flotti is still here. He's also from Austria. But yeah, what's up, Adam? Welcome. Good to have you join. I'm also planning to upgrade gold. Like make exercises, have maybe a bit of a test, switch it to a platform where you can really go from A to Z, you know. So oh, Australia. Oh, I saw AU. I wasn't sure. Australia, the country of John and Liquid Mafia in Discord. And of course more, but those are the two that are very active, and I happen to know they are from Australia. John is a great Elliott Wave counter himself, and Liquid Mafia uses the like the magical rings in Discord. It's like I actually have one of his charts open. Wait, where is it? Here it is. He also uses, like, his way of analysis is so interesting. He posted this in Discord, so I do recommend checking it out in Discord. You can put the stream on stop if you see this, and then enlarge the screen, right? Put it on a full screen or something so you can actually read it. But this was his analysis that he put in Discord, Liquid Mafia. So you can also just look in Discord, right? And then you go to, you just look for his name. Liquid Mafia. And then yeah, here he has the ring chart stuff. That's his style as well. And he recently posted, oh, here it is. Yesterday he posted this chart. So yeah, a very original way of analyzing the chart. So I had this one in my browser. I always check everything that happens in Discord. Because I'm interested in what you guys are posting, and I might learn a thing or two. So yeah, it's very interesting. But yeah, what's up, Adam? Good to have you here from Australia, other side of the world. Jeez. Dutchy, what's up, Dave Digital? How you doing? We just went to bed. Dutchy, what are you doing up? We just went to bed. Oh, if you are Dutch and you just went to bed, you're going to have your afternoon nap. I am high energy, awake, and sharing my thoughts with all of you. Now, of course, if you go to bed now, you're probably living on the Asian side. So have a good night, Dave Digital. If so, do you have some prediction on Manta? Sticking with Bitcoin, and like Mark says, only a few minutes left, and then I have to go for other stuff as well. But there will be a big altcoin stream, and of course, as time is passing, the date that I am planning this live stream would be 17th or 18th of Feb, the big altcoin live stream. It's going to be either or. So either 17 or 18 is on the planning at the moment for a 5 to 6 hour altcoin Elliott Wave live stream. We just go through all probability. So yeah, answer this one here. Happy birthday, Dave Digital. Is it your birthday? Thanks, Dutchie. It is. Happy birthday, Dave Digital. Dave Digital, man. After my bachelor party last night, my speaking is cuck. Dave Digital, happy birthday. Yeah, there you go. Congrats, man. Enjoy your day or your night. I mean, depends, right? If you just want to go to bed. But, enjoy your birthday. Drinking a Matty stream. Do you think the highest will become in the weekend? Ephraim Tefera, the highest probability in the weekend is a ranging structure. So, of course, we are expecting a bit of a retracement, bit of a ranging structure, right? Keeping an eye on the Fibonacci's here for a potential wave 4. So currently, probabilities, weekend highest for a range, yeah. 48K, I mean, we touched 48K already. And probabilities are high that even if you would reject to lower prices, you come back up to take 49K. So currently probabilities are high to take 49K sooner or later. But of course, I went in a bit more detail earlier in the analysis. Bull flag on the 1 hour and 30-minute chart. Yeah, this is still a short range. So preferably during the weekend, we see a bit more price action. Let's see what happens, Joey. Indeed, a bit of a potential bull flag, as people like to call it, but I would like wave 4 to be longer still. Thanks, Mark. Mark is marketing cheerleader. Sandra Cool Crypto, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you here. Seems like Mark somehow knows everyone. What is happening here? Sandra Cool Crypto. Hi, Mark. Hey, what's this? Archbit, welcome to Bronze. What's up? Thanks for your support, man, on the channel. You're gonna have a nice little logo behind your name, starting with bronze, and then next month it's silver and gold, and there you go. Archbit, thanks, man. Or women. I should stop saying men because I don't know who's on the other side of the screen, which might be quite dangerous if I say man all the time. Right? While I know that 5% of the viewers is female based on data. So you never know. But Archbit, thanks for joining Bronze. Thanks for your support. Welcome. Well, I just noticed the green. I thought it was still Adam, but it was a green one this time, not a yellow one. Pleasure, Aurel. 68 years old. Shee. I still have to try and reach that. I'm only at 31. Aurel, and pleasure. Appreciate it. Where are the FIP templates in Discord? Oh, Mr. Seeb, you have to go. It's in a video. You can't share TradingView templates. But I went through all the templates individually. If you go to the playlist channel, so go to Gold, playlist channel, Elliott Wave Theory, click on the link, and then go to the video within the title FIP templates. That's where I go through them one by one. Mark knows everything. AT is Austria. Okay, I see. Learn something. 68 years old. That's a beautiful age. Almost 69. That's even nicer. Bro, where will Bitcoin go? Tell me, please. Check out the analysis, I suppose. So, of course, everything is based on probabilities. We don't know where Bitcoin will go, but we have probabilities on where Bitcoin might go. And currently, locally, probabilities are higher to form a range in a wave 4. We hit the 236. Maybe we'll go to the 382, would be quite nice. But at least a weekend range is expected. And for now, this is too little info to really try and make something of it. So, we need some more time. But I go through the probabilities of the different scenarios earlier in the live stream. Micro count of the pump. Either this, which is at the moment preferred, or this, where the high is in, but then you want to see an impulse, diagonal, or a double 1-2 to the downside, preferably with bearish CVD divergences building as we go. So at the moment, this would be the more higher probability. What's up, T. Clepson? 8:30 and I'm up. Is Bitcoin sell? Depends on your plan or your strategy. If your strategy tells you to sell, then you should definitely sell, because your strategy is based on data. It's based on data, based on experience, right? Based on the win rate, based on entry requirements. So shortly, by the way. So let's see. Yeah, it's a good moment also to soon move on with my day here. But there's a couple of steps that you have to take, especially important for people that have this question in mind. Eshan Sid, what was the other one here? Nuhan Aslam. Do we have more here down? 1 second. So I have an important tip for you. Hey, wait. Moon Boot Boy, Mouth Worm Boy. What happened? Wait. Anyone else with this? No. So what the fuck, this guy. So important for you, right, Eshan and Nuhan and everyone else that is here. There is 6 steps to building a plan or a strategy that I swear, guarantees you to be a long-term profitable trader. Right? Guaranteed. No doubt. And I've gone through these steps myself. I know it works. Step 1, try as many free tools as you can in TradingView. Try indicators, try the tools that TradingView offers here on the left-hand side. Try them, build experience with them, potentially use Atas. It's a free software as well outside of TradingView, but start with TradingView. Step 1 is try as many free stuff as you can and build experience. Step 2, find your favorite tools and build statistics on these tools. Get your Excel sheet out or any external software, preferably free, but Excel is free. So, I mean, if you got the package, you know what I mean. But get your Excel, build statistics on your favorite tools. Step 3 is combine some of your favorite tools and track more statistics on the combination, because now you're slowly building a strategy. So you may start tracking statistics on 6 different things. The VWAP, RSI, Fibonacci, volume profile, and 5 is maybe a money flow indicator, and 6 is MACD. And then you're like, well, based on the statistics that I have been tracking of these 6 different tools, which I really, I think are interesting, because these are my favorites, that's why I track statistics. Based on these 5, I see that the statistics for the VWAP, the RSI, and the Fibonacci do quite well. So let me put these 3 together in a cocktail. And now let's track statistics of these 3 tools together. Now, because you already tracked statistics on the individual tools, you can now have entry requirements. Because hey, if the VWAP gets hit, this is the probability of a bounce. The bounce has this probability to be a bounce of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. And if I would have traded this bounce with the stop loss at 0.25, 0.5, 1%, 2%, this would have been my risk reward ratio. This is, you got stats. So now what you're doing is you put those stats also in the combination for some entry rules. So now you have different tools you put together. You're going to have a bit of entry rules and build more statistics, right? Build statistics on the combination of tools, and then you tweak and adjust to try and improve the statistics. So you add something, you take something out, right? And you try to improve your statistics, improve win rate, improve risk reward ratio, improve your stop loss positioning, whatever. That is step 4. Step 5 is that you start trading your strategy, which has entry requirements. It's based on data. It should have rules now, right? Start trading it with a low amount of money to build confidence. And while you do that, work on your trading psychology, because that's what's going to mess you up. You can have the best strategy, but if your trading psychology is shit, you're going to be a very nice losing trader with a great strategy, right? So work on your trading psychology in step 5 while starting to trade. And step 6 is increase your budget in your account. So increase your portfolio step by step. Don't go from $100 to 10K. Increase it step by step, slowly, because you have to get used to the bigger losses. Getting used to bigger wins is easy. Getting used to bigger losses is what is going to mess with your mind. Follow these 6 steps and you guaranteed will be a winning trader. You can't fail. The problem is people quit at the statistics part. It's too difficult. It takes too long. I'm not making money when I track statistics. They have a short-term view. They don't have a long-term view. They're like, I don't earn money today, so, fuck this. So, no. We track statistics today so that we can earn money tomorrow. And not only tomorrow, the day after, and the month after, and the year after. And we just trade the same shit different day, you know what I mean? So my strategy, for example, that the diamonds are using as well, is based on these steps. And I've been using it for a while already, and I'm still a little bit tweaking, but it's like, it works, it's great. And I trade the same shit different day. Can do it on any coin as well. Don't even need Elliott Wave analysis for that specific main strategy. There's Elliott Wave elements in there. But yeah, these 6 steps are very important. Follow these steps and you guaranteed become a professional, I shouldn't say professional, but a consistent, profitable trader. You cannot fail if you follow these 6 steps. The question you got to ask yourself is, are you dedicated enough to follow the 6 steps? Because you will trade based on data. The more data that you have, the more confidence you get, the more insight you get into strategy. And if your data tells you that you have a 40 or 50% win rate, let's say 50, easy. 50% win rate with a 1, 2, 3 RR, sir, you're a very nice profitable trader. 60% 1, 2, 3 RR, even better. 40% win rate, 1, 2, 3 RR, very nice. But maybe your RR is a 1 to 5 with a win rate of 1 to 3. Or 30%. You're a nice profitable trader. But you gotta, have your trading mindset up and running as well. So you need to track statistics. With the statistics comes the profit. And yeah, it's pretty much time to go now for me. Kashif, thanks so much, Chris. If without you, I will quit crypto trading. No, don't depend on a YouTube channel, of course, but I appreciate the support. Survive in the market. Moonboot, mouthworm boy. What's up, beautiful people? What the hell happened? Look, had some alcohol the other night. Long story, Mrs. Wick like gardening or fishing. I see. If you like fishing, it's a nice name, no? He lies, I'm 48. It's still a nice age. You got some more years in front of you, at least. Ahead of you. But yeah, congratulations, Dave. Pleasure, Mr. Seep. Don't worry. I know there's some content in there, but you will find it. You will find it in that playlist. Duct tape of the yesterday's price action, but it's still here. And sometimes, if you lose, it's just part of the plan, right? As long as you have your statistics, you know that if you have a loss, it's just part of the plan. You got to trust the plan. Roberto Pinto, what's up? Good afternoon. What's up, Cheese? How you doing? You mentioned already you were gonna catch me live, so here you are. Welcome. Double the content, Roberto. And then there might be those men that don't want to be recognized as a man, gender neutral. Exactly. So I gotta not say men or women. I should just stick to the names. Channel trailers. Yeah, 6 steps. Everyone knows. Everyone knows what happens. Okay. I'll hashtag only bet myself for 300 seconds. I can help you if you want. And that's the way he should, no? Wait, Foreman hoping for a Moon 50X, as I'm sure we all have done. Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. My first trade. My first trade ever was a kind of like a moon boy type of trade. Pleasure, Archbit. Pleasure playing. AI to can you use AI to compile statistics? Yes, I think so, but you would need a way to gather the statistics with AI, but I bet there must be something for it. But I don't know. I don't use AI myself. I just have an Excel sheet. What's up, Hannah Rose? How you doing? He smiles at the waves. In love with the waves. And my fiance. But Moonboot Boy, now that you changed your name again, you make me smile. I think the worm one was actually quite interesting as well, though. Okay, guys. Skywalker, good morning. But it's also time for me to continue with the day, as I still have some other stuff to do, everyone. We are online for about 1.5 hours now. And... yeah, I gotta move on. T-Collapse, what CVD indicator do you prefer the most on TradingView? None. No CVD indicator on TradingView at the moment comes close to the performance of AGGR. So unless anyone finds one that's based on statistics rivals AGGR, I don't use any on TradingView, unfortunately, because it would be nice to do everything on one platform. But so far, there's no CVD tool on TradingView that comes close to the performance of AGGR. So ask AI to build you a tool that uses AI. It would be an interesting one. ChatGPT or something. Okay, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. The next update will be 7 to 8 p.m. tonight, Central European time. So I'll be back. Also, Moonboot Boy, thanks for hopping in. Mouth Worm Boy or something was it just now? See, maybe a Band-Aid, Mark, Aurel, Sandra, Dave. Enjoy your birthday, by the way. Mr. Clepson, Skywalker, good morning, enjoy. And everyone else, Duran, Coinalyze, you can use Coinalyze as well, which is better than TradingView. It's still an external website, but like Duran says, Coinalyze is good as well, yeah. So, cool. Cheers. See you at the next one, everyone.